The slaying of the trash rack beast. 'Twas grimy in the dawn's first light. The air was foul, the mood was tight. The trash rack beast lay in the muck, a monster made of steel and luck. Dragged from the depths just hours before, it groaned and stank upon the shore. Barnacles clung to its ancient bones, while oysters wheezed their dying moans. The gods of waste had made it clear, this beast must die, its end is near. And so they called their chosen knight, Matthew, wielder of flame and might. No generator lit his way, he needed none for such a fray. With oxy-flame the torch was born, a sword of fire to slay and scorn. He faced the beast with steady hand, the exothermic blade in hand. It roared in rage, the mud did quake, but Matthew smirked, "You'll be my steak." The blade hissed loud, a mighty roar, and sparks flew high from every pore. The beast fought back with foulest breath, a stench that smelled of fishy death. Snicker-snack. The first cut flew, steel and sparks in molten hue. The beast did scream, the oysters popped. The stench was fierce, but none had stopped. The mud below became a mire, thick with smoke and flaming fire. The air grew thick, the skies turned grey, yet Matthew fought without delay. He swung the torch from side to side, cutting deep and far and wide. Each pass of flame tore steel apart. The beast was losing piece by part. Its limbs fell off with echoing thud, sinking deep into the mud. The beast let out a bellowed cry. Its barnacles began to fry. The gods of waste looked down with glee. This sacrifice was meant to be. The torch grew hotter, the cuts grew clean, a sight both terrifying and serene. And still the stench refused to die, a reeking cloud that kissed the sky. It clung to clothes, it burned the nose, the smell of death in every pose. But Matthew pressed on, heart of steel, his focus sharp, his grip like keel. Slice and burn, hiss and crack, the beast still fought but couldn't fight back. The final cut was clean and bright, a blaze of pure unholy light. The beast let out a final groan, then slumped and died upon its throne. Matthew stood, his task complete, the monster slain beneath his feet. His blade did flicker, fade and die, smoke curled upward to the sky. He dropped the torch without a sound, a mic drop for miles around. His green umbilical trailed behind, a serpent's tail through mud and grime. The gods of waste gave solemn nods, approving with their silent prods. The beast was dead, the air grew still, yet somewhere stirred a deeper thrill. For far away, in depths unknown, another beast had seeds soon sown. Its barnacles would rise again to challenge Matthew in the fen. But Matthew didn't fret or care. He simply walked off through the air. For in his heart he knew the score. He'd slay them all, forevermore. An exothermic torch, also known as an oxygen arc cutting torch, is a cutting tool that harnesses extreme heat to slice through steel and other tough materials. Unlike traditional torches that rely on combustible gases like acetylene, an exothermic torch burns a special carbon steel rod in a continuous reaction powered by pure oxygen. When ignited, the reaction produces temperatures exceeding 10,000 degrees Celsius, turning the rod into a molten lance capable of cutting through almost anything in its path. Steel, cast iron, concrete, even rock. The heat is so intense that it can vaporize metal in seconds, leaving behind molten slag and glowing embers. Applications. Exothermic torches are widely used in industrial demolition, underwater construction, and emergency rescue operations. They can cut through rusted or frozen bolts, dismantle heavy machinery, and even slice through shipwrecks at the bottom of the sea. When traditional methods fail, the exothermic torch steps in. In underwater environments, it's one of the few tools capable of reliable cutting. Divers use it to remove old pilings, dismantle sunken debris, and rescue trapped equipment from the depths. But while it's a powerful ally, it's also dangerous. Dangers and safety risks. The torch's extreme heat makes burns and molten metal spray a serious hazard. Sparks can fly in all directions, easily igniting nearby materials. And because it's fueled by pure oxygen, any buildup of gas increases the risk of flash fires and explosions. Proper handling, protective gear, and constant vigilance are essential when using this tool. In skilled hands like Matthew's, the exothermic torch is unstoppable, a tool of creation and destruction in equal measure. But in the wrong hands, let's just say the gods of recycling might get more than they bargained for.